I'm here with Nicole Lynn, 21, from Little Ferry. She is a new business owner and a young entrepreneur in the art community. Hey Nicole, what is your role in the art community?
I would definitely say it's a form of an outlet for artists to be able to come and express themselves through their art, talent, their creativity without, having to worry about not having a sacred space to do so. So for me to build a sacred space for them is, my sole meaning right at this moment.
So you're basically facilitating an art space for people to practice and showcase their work.
Yeah.
Very cool. Definitely a much needed space and service in this community,
I agree.
It's Pnuema Ashirbad.
Well, that was our grand opening event, sort of our release party for the community and our followers to understand what we're about, and it means the blessing of the souls, or the soul blessing.
Do you think you're benefiting the community?
I definitely think I'm benefiting the community, especially with the space that we have in Carlstadt at the moment. There's no arts in that area, so by having something where there is no arts, it builds that vibration to kind of show people that we need to improve our, environments and bring in that creativity so that we can then flourish that creativity through, the environment around us.
Okay, so why are you putting in so much work and effort? Is it for personal gain, or is it for a deeper appreciation of art?
Making this space, I'm helping myself learn a lot about the spiritual aspect of all of this, and that's, a purpose of mine personally. So by doing that, I'm also helping, and it's just the kind of balance of both worlds.
So what is Peace Reelíz, and how did it come about?
Well, I guess beginning of October of 2013, I was in a tent with a couple friends. We were at this festival type thing, and just the words Peace Reelíz came out of my mouth, and we're just that flowed pretty well.
Right.
So kind of taking we didn't know where that was going, so taking the steps forward, we kind of just found that sole purpose, and we're like, Peace Reelíz.
Yeah.
So we're kind of now building on that foundation of what we all have a collective vision as. So kind of moving towards that, we're kind of showing more and more what we can do, not just for ourselves, but for the community and the environment as a whole.
Right. Cool. Has art benefited you personally?
Without a doubt, it's been an outlet for me to understand myself and understand the universe and human beings in general.
Right.
Not being a college graduate is definitely, a source of education, but arts is also a source of education as well.
Right.
Being able to flow in that very moment and understand why I drew this, or why I sang those, or why I danced that way. It's that moment where you just allow, the divine to come through, understand, and release.
Right.
And that's the point of Peace Reelíz, is to take in that beauty and release it, because it's the light, it's the truth, it's the love. And that's what's gotten me here, is just the arts, and that's the beauty of it all.
Awesome.
Right?
Cool. So what is the status of the local art community? What would you say are the biggest advantages and setbacks?
Well, I definitely think that the arts community is not at its notch where it should be, because it's not represented at a substantial point. So that's what I'm hoping to see, as you asked earlier, to put those two questions together. That's what we kind of need more, especially in New Jersey. They call it the armpit of America. So let's maybe try to change that, because arts is such a substantial form in everyone being, that everyone can, come to an understanding. And allowing that to be at a high notation is what it's all about. So, people see the news in the morning, they see the news in the evening, but they don't see on the news what they really should see.
Right.
They see all this negative connotations about what's going on in the world, but where's the good?
Right.
And the good is through the arts, they have shows and stuff like that, but who really watches all that?
Yeah.
So people mostly watch the news. So by being able to take each community of the arts that, we're all building here through all different parts of the world, making that vibration become so immensely large, to build that vibration higher, to understand and allow the rest of humanity to see that the arts is such a substantial, stance for humans to just build on the self and on the whole itself. So hopefully, through building Peace Reelíz and through others building theirs as well, it'll make that, circle of light and spread that so that the arts is, put on its notch where it should be for, humanity as a whole.
Yeah, so promoting art and spirituality and creativity basically for a much greater cause.
Yes,
Right.
110%.